I was terrified. I got a call that said that, my son's been accused of sexual abuse. And when you hear something like that, you automatically panic because the odds are against you if they make that allegation. And I was terrified what was going to happen to my family. DCF, the investigator, said, we'd like you to know that you're being charged with neglect and your son is being charged with sexual abuse. My family was thinking that this is something that's going to be almost impossible to overcome because once they make their mind up, you feel that, that you don't stand a chance. And I was concerned for my son and how this would follow him. And then I was also mad because I knew the allegations weren't true. First thing we did is we went online and called a lawyer. And he came out to the house and took a check and then wouldn't return phone calls. It was absolutely terrible, absolutely terrible. So I moved on from him. I just didn't feel he was the right person for my son. Attorney Seaver was recommended by many, many, many people. So I called him and I asked him if he would represent us. He wanted us to come in first. He wanted to hear the case. He wanted to hear the allegations, and he wanted to talk to the people that were being accused. And he took the time to talk to us. There wasn't a rush. It wasn't a time limit. And I left there actually feeling that my son stood a chance. Some of the people were people that were accused in the past, and actually had some DCF workers say, this is the guy you need to hire. And I sat with Attorney Seaver. He decided he would take the case. He told us what was expected from us, and he told us what he expected to do, and he lived up to every bit of it. Every bit of it. He actually made us feel that we had a chance at this. We had a fighting chance, and we couldn't get that from anybody. And we got it from Attorney Seaver. He advocated for us. Of course, he asked if it was true. He asked some questions that made him feel comfortable with us. And he actually said, I believe you. And to hear someone say, I believe you, was what we needed to hear. That's what we needed to hear. And it kind of made us feel a lot better, knowing that we had somebody who was actually going to fight. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about anything. It was about what was right. And that's exactly why we made the right choice in this situation. And he returned every phone call. He met with us anytime we needed to meet with him. The man would call my house at 10 o'clock at night from his office, well more than once, asking questions, working on this case. And that's a good feeling. It's a real good feeling when that happens. I have never seen an attorney so well prepared. But one of the most important parts is Attorney Seaver was respected by DCF. They respected him. They knew what he was all about. And he presented the case in a way that was non-confrontational. It was just strictly facts. And it made me feel, leaving there that day, the day of the fair hearing, I don't think there was anybody else that could have performed the way Kevin Seaver performed. I felt very comfortable going into that fair hearing, just based on the meetings we had leading up to it and the amount of investigation that was being done. But it really amazed me the way the information was able to be put out to the investigator without being confrontational or just, it was just a matter of fact. He didn't rub anyone's face in it. He just, like I said, very, very, very well respected by the other side. And he proved that. The first attorney told me I couldn't pay him on Monday. I had to pay him on Friday. Attorney Seaver said, I said, well, we'll have to get your check. He said, that'll work itself out. I'm talking to you about the case. And to me, that showed me this wasn't about money. This was about principle and what was right. And he was going to do that. The amount of work that put into this, there was no stone left unturned. Attorney Seaver presented every single possible thing that could be presented. And he did this after the fact. After we left the fair hearing, the finding of facts that he did is phenomenal. When I got the decision, that all they did was agree with his findings of fact. They were correct. They weren't far-reaching. They were honest. It was an amazing thing to be part of. When you're in this situation and you're watching your son's life be put through this, because if you're found at fault for this is going to follow you for the rest of your life, whether you did it or not. To know that you have someone that believes in you and someone that's going to work hard for you makes you feel better. What happened was my son decided now that he wants to go to law school. And the reason he wants to go to law school is to help people the way he was helped. How the attorney went to bat, just did everything right, and took someone who thought that this thing was going to be all over and actually allowed him to prevail. And based on that, it made him say that, this is the way people should be treated. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Hopefully I can be the same type of person Attorney Seaver is. But when you have a family member or yourself in this situation, you need to hire the best you can get. And there's no doubt that when it comes to Department of Children and Families, Kevin Seaver is that guy. I honestly, in my heart, feel he saved my son's life. I really believe that. And I'm thankful. I'm forever thankful.